obviously this is the mountains. I live in Texas, so we don't really have this kind of terrain. As you start driving into Colorado, obviously it starts to get a lot more mountainy, and that is why obviously I started taking photos of the mountains, because the views start to get crazy. The more into Colorado you start to get. And see, this is why I want to delete some of these pictures, because it's like, okay, some big rocks, we got it. But I mean, it's impressive when you're like there, like with the rocks and stuff. Definitely really pretty to see and like drive through. Especially when you don't live around this kind of, like, it is crazy living up in a mountain. Like, I always, as I'm driving to my vacation destination, I'm always surprised at like how these people live up here. Like, there's like a Walmart that we were getting our groceries from, and I just was like, how funny is it that there's just like a mountain over there? We're like heading into Walmart just to pick up some groceries, and there's just casually a mountain off in the distance. So this trip to Colorado was actually for Christmas. I just wanted to treat myself to a nice little Christmas vacation. So this was the Airbnb that we were staying in. You can see the mountains off in the distance. This Airbnb was actually a yurt. And a yurt is just like a big tent, kind of like glamping. But obviously you can see this, like, it's like a little house. When I vacation, I really like to stay in a very unique and pretty place. I think that's why I like Airbnb so much, because I actually value where I'm staying, like the physical home that I'm staying in, almost more than like the vacation that's going on. Like, we took this trip to Colorado for Christmas. This is the kitchen. I wish I took a better picture of the kitchen. It's definitely a cute place to stay. This like skylight thing was everything. I'm just really big on, I like to take pictures. I think that's what it is. Like, if I'm gonna stay somewhere, it has to be photogenic, so I can enjoy taking pictures where I'm staying. This is the town of Salida. Again, a very small little mountain town. Oh, there's a little book nook, a little book shareable, a public library. What are those called? Those little like, you leave a donation for people to just take. But yeah, this was the little mountain town. It was definitely like historic. It definitely had like an old kind of minor town feel to it. And this is the skate park. I liked the graffiti. Again, I always think about the young people that live in these the young people that like live in these small towns, these small random towns, and you know, they have to like find themselves and express themselves in a very like odd community to be this is the yurt during the daytime. See, it's just so, I think I just like a peaceful, calming, unique kind of environment. This is the snow, obviously. It was Christmas time, so it was snowing. And I'm from Texas, so I don't have snowshoes. But yeah, it's also interesting with Colorado how it's higher altitude, so it's closer to the sun. So even though there's snow on the ground and it can be very cold outside, it can also be very warm because you're closer to the sun. So there can be snow on the ground, but you can wear a hoodie because it feels like comfortable in that kind of weather. Here's that sunroof again. I mean, I can see why I wanted to stay in this Airbnb because it is a beautiful place and definitely like my kind of home. These are the kind of places that I like to. An embarrassing video of me. I don't even know. I'll include it, but yeah, we really just stayed just to check out this tiny town, and we really just stayed inside the little yurt and watched Christmas movies, watched Nightmare Before Christmas. So this is the yurt that we stayed in, and then this whole thing was the property that we could walk around. You can see the mountains off in the distance. Yeah, that was just a really calm, casual, really cute short trip to Colorado. Oh, and I will include this walkthrough. Oh my gosh, that's actually like, that's an unbelievable video. I'm gonna do voiceover for this clip because I wanted you guys to really get to see the full experience of the yurt walkthrough. I think what attracts me to homes like this is one, like the open concept. I like a really breathable environment, and the wood detailing is really pretty. I like the white walls against this brown wood that they chose. I think for a yurt they did a very good job at making it really modernized and cute. They actually had a couple of other properties, other Airbnbs that were like tiny homes and things, so I think whoever rents out these Airbnbs has like a passion for special builds or something. I think this is the kind of trip you take when you just want a really slow and casual vacation. I guess maybe you could like go skiing in Colorado, but this is if you like to just stay at home and have a cup of hot chocolate and chill on the couch and watch movies and just stay in a really pretty place. You know, like I would stay in like a hobbit hole if I could. I forgot about this bathroom. I love this bathroom here so much. And I'm glad that I even like bothered to film this whole walkthrough and everything, because this place was truly so beautiful. If I could live here like a little, my own little one-bedroom apartment, like this is exactly my vibe. just a getaway, I guess. Okay, and then this next trip that I'm showing you is a vacation I took to New Mexico. And my thing is, I really like to stay in like a unique home. I guess I like to vacation I like to feel like I live there. And if I lived there, what kind of place would I live in? And that's kind of how I go about picking my vacations. I start with the Airbnb property first. So this is actually an Earthship home. And the thing about these homes is they are completely natural and completely self-sustaining. So you see here, this is the hallway leading towards the bathroom on the right. And you can see the little glass bottles that are embedded in the wall that was placed there by the homeowner. The homeowner herself hand built the walls and hand placed the glass bottles. The glass bottles are kind of like an Earthship signature. They get really intricate with how they design the home sometimes. But the glass bottles look really pretty at night too when you turn the bathroom light on. And you can see here on the left there's like an indoor garden, and that's because the bathroom water gets flushed out to the garden, and then the garden is able to sustain inside the home. Obviously it gets enough sunlight, and then it gets the nutrients from the water that's being flushed to it. It's just such a fascinating system, the way that the home all works with itself. It's made of natural materials, like you can build the walls out of tires and obviously like probably a lot of recycled materials. And this is like other Earthship homes you can see off in the distance. This was like a community. This is in New Mexico, Taos, New Mexico. And you see how the house kind of looks like, it looks like a hill, but the top of the house has like solar panel and it collects rainwater. And then you walk down, and the way that the home like heats and cools itself is with these windows. So if you want the home to be warmer, you just open all the windows and the sunlight naturally heats the home. And if you want things to be cooler, that's why it's built lower into the ground, because homes can stay at like a neutral temperature when they're built lower into the ground. And then it's completely self-sustaining with being able to collect rainwater. And I think the electricity is a generator that you have to turn on. So it's just a beautiful home, and it's so quiet because like it's not running on too much electricity. The home itself is just very quiet and peaceful. Like I showed you the previous stay, I like to stay in like really unique, comforting, very zen environments, very natural. I'm a very like grounding, naturalistic kind of person. And an Earthship home is probably like my like blueprint, my bucket list, my end all be all. Like I absolutely hope that in my lifetime I get to build my own Earthship home and design it how I want it. Because I think it's just such a perfect way to coexist with the world and the earth, and use the earth in your favor, and just have a really naturalistic living space. And like I said, said, this was in New Mexico, so I believe this is the Rio Grande River. This is like a bridge that you have to cross. I mean, it's a huge, this is a huge, whatever you call it. So yeah, the photos obviously do not do justice to how massive this is in real life. And again, that's kind of why I just feel like getting rid of all these photos from my camera roll, because it just simply doesn't capture like the reality of being there. And yes, I was taking Polaroids of this trip. I actually ended up doing a lot more adventuring on this trip than the trip to Colorado. This is obviously probably enchiladas, probably some veggie enchiladas. Taos is, yeah, it's New Mexico, so Latin community. And again, very interesting to see how people live in different places, like these small random towns. This was another really cute, little quaint restaurant. Let me see. This was the restaurant we went to, the La Cueva. This was a very tiny little restaurant. I guess I just took pictures of what was on the wall, but when I tell you, like, this wall is about the size of the entire restaurant, like, this is as much space as there is inside. You have to sit outside if you wanted more seating. And then, yeah, once again, I think I just got veggie tacos. Very delicious food. And then this is the hot springs. It was quite a hike. It was quite a trek to get to these hot springs. And we probably only had it to ourselves for about 10 minutes before other groups and families started coming, which I'm glad I kept my clothes on, because people were telling us that you can go in the hot springs nude, and I was gonna try to go nude, but there was some kids there, so I'm glad that I didn't go naked in the hot spring. But this shows you how bad of a hike it was. Obviously getting down to the hot spring was not the bad part. Coming back up from the hot spring was brutal. I laugh at this photo because I was so fucking miserable. I was in such a bad mood in this photo. You wouldn't believe it. I couldn't even fake it. I don't even think I could pretend that I was happy to be taking this picture. But yeah, that was the most brutal hike I have ever been on. And then this is how that bathroom looks at night. So again, if I can influence you to want to stay in an Earthship home one day, or have an Earthship home yourself, I highly encourage it. They are beautiful homes. And this was us having some hot pot on one of the colder mornings there. I mean, just beautiful, cozy. I would go back if I could. And this is what I meant by, like, they had some good, interesting artwork. Obviously the home is beautiful, but like what you fill the home with is also important. So I liked the design choices that they made as well, like this painting. And then this was that sell just like native things, like a lot of like necklaces, jewelry, wall art, like things like that. They have people that are here. You can get a better view of the bridge. This is like walking alongside. You can see the point of view of what the bridge looks like. Kind of scary to drive across it, honestly. There's me living it up on my vacation. But, yeah. I guess the only thing to really do is try Mexican food and go to the hot springs and look at the river. And I had a micro lens. I was trying out some of these micro photos with my new lens for my camera. I don't really get much use out of that. Yeah, just some boring ass photos of dry plants. Yeah. And those are, honest to God, the only recent vacations that I've been on. I don't get to travel much. I would probably like to go to like a city next, because now that I'm seeing that I've been to a lot of mountain towns, I think I would like to switch it up and like stay in like a city environment. But this is the Earthship home. This is what it looks like on the outside. And I think I'm just like a big fan of big windows. I like when my home feels really connected to nature, and like how much more natural can you get than in the Earthship home. And it's really cute that there's like this little community in this little mountain town of these people with these really unique homes. I think there's also Earthship home communities in Puerto Rico, and I think that's where I would like to eventually live and build my Earthship home, because you have to be in a rainy environment, obviously, because that's how you get your water. And this is just me enjoying this cute ass house. So obsessed. That is a water bottle that I still have. Earthship Biotexture. Oh yeah, they have like a little Earthship museum. I think one of the homes in that community they turned into a museum to obviously share the lifestyle of Earthship building. I'm obsessed. They're very beautiful homes. And I wanted to show you. This is what that bathroom looks like with those glass bottles. This was like early in the morning, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a beautiful experience to be having in the morning. Imagine this is how you brush your teeth in the morning. You wake up and this is your view to brush your teeth. Oh my gosh. Like, I would just love to be home. I think that's my problem, is I'm a homebody. And if my home was this beautiful, I would never leave. And this is some fisheye lens photos. This was on the way out. This is when we were leaving the vacation. And I guess I still wanted to try out my new lenses. But yes, that is the end of those trips, and I literally don't think I have been anywhere else. I can try and see if I've taken any trips since then. I really can't think of anything. I don't know, but I guess that means that I should go somewhere soon. I'm due a vacation to much,